Wagwan people, it's your boy Mo, and I had the chance to chop it up with Atlanta Hawks big man John Collins just when the NBA Finals were getting underway. So here's the interview. You can find out some of the things we talked about. Make sure you hit the subscribe button while you're watching, because that would be a huge help to me. And don't forget, for all of your NBA coverage, make sure you're tuned into Sky Sports, because myself, my boy JD, and of course NBA legend, three-time champion with the Chicago Bulls, BJ Armstrong, we're there to break down all of the action from the world of the NBA. So stay tuned, and most importantly, get buckets. What up, Wagwan, John? You good?
Mo, how you doing, my guy? I like the background, though, man. You got, is that Dennis Rodman in the back?
Yeah, little Dennis Rodman, bobblehead. You got the book from Kobe, of course, there. Got some jerseys here, you know, it's all good, man. How you been anyway, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm, we're in the bubble right now, so I'm trying to, get better with my teammates and stuff. All good basketball stuff, man. So it's been going well, man. How are you?
I'm blessed, my bro. I can't complain, man. Just getting ready for these NBA Finals. Keeping one eye on the Chelsea team as well, because I know you'd be keeping an eye on that as well, man. Great to see how well you played and how your game has really grown since then. Just got a few questions for you today. We're going to start with the hot topic that everyone's talking about, the NBA Finals. First of all, I need to get your predictions for who's going to win and in how many games, and the Finals MVP.
And we're gonna get right to it. I just talked to my man Dario a couple minutes ago, so I'm got to go with the same sentiment. Lakers in 6, LeBron, AD. Feel like it's just going to be too much, but he's definitely going to put up a great fight.
Who you got taking that Finals MVP though, LeBron, or is AD going to shine through?
I don't know, man. I gotta take LeBron. I like LeBron. I feel like playoff LeBron, whenever the playoffs come, LeBron just turns into a different beast. So, and I feel like this is a little bit more of a little legacy chip for him. So I feel like he might want to take this one for himself. But you never know. AD's a beast too.
You know, the biggest matchup that I think a lot of people are looking at through this final series is going to be the battle between the two big men in Bam Adebayo and Anthony Davis. Now, as someone who's competed against both of those guys on numerous occasions before, what can you tell us about each player's skill set? What's the hardest thing about going up against each of those guys?
Yeah, so AD, we saw AD. Just, obviously a great shot blocker, very long, but obviously where most people, you see him shine at is on the offensive end. Extremely talented. Like I said, 7 foot, huge wingspan, great hands. Can do a lot of things with the basketball, and now has a guy like LeBron James setting him up. So a little scary. And then Bam Adebayo, definitely we can start on the defensive end with him, showing that he's a true defensive anchor. He's another beast, real strong, and has shown his ability to make a lot of plays, handle the ball, and pass the ball, and definitely, I feel like surprised a lot of people with his game. So definitely two really good big men, as you said, rising big men. Some of my peers, I feel like I try to go out and compete against every time I'm on the court with them. So kudos to those guys.
You know, what will this do for LeBron's legacy? Because I know you're a young player in this league, so you watched a lot of LeBron growing up. You've obviously got a different perspective from some of the older guys we see on TV and the older former players. Will it put him above Michael Jordan in terms of that GOAT conversation? Where do you see that?
It's definitely I feel like the fight between the new age and the old age, right? We're always going to fight for LeBron, and like the old generation is always going to fight for who they saw first in Jordan. But I feel like LeBron has maybe 1 or 2 years where he's going to compete for a championship. So if he can get this one right now, I feel like that definitely puts him, puts another notch into his armor of achievements. I don't know if it necessarily overthrows him of Jordan, because Jordan, everybody wants to say 6 for 6 and whatnot, which is great, and he's the GOAT to me as well. But I mean, it definitely raises his legacy and gives LeBron a true argument to be the GOAT, if he doesn't have one already.
Now we're talking about the new school. I want to talk about you guys at the Hawks and what you guys are doing with yourself, Trae Young, some of the other guys you've picked up. You're in that mini market bubble now, training with the guys. How is it to be, from being at home and being in lockdown and quarantine for so long? What's it like getting back together with the squad? And who's really impressed you from what you've seen so far with your teammates?
As you said, not being able to play for me, myself, obviously still training and trying to keep my body in as best shape as I can without being on the court. it's been about 6 months, so it's amazing to get back on the court with my teammates, see my coaches, and it's just amazing for everybody to be in the gym all at once. It's been very segmented up to this point. Now everybody's tested and going through all the measures, so it's just nice to have some sort of regularity. Definitely, I feel like a guy that's impressed me this summer, Dre Hunter. He's came in, seen him put a lot of work in. Older guy, he's an NCAA champion at the University of Virginia, so he has that winning pedigree. And I just like his shot selection. Definitely a solid defensive player. So looking to see some big things out of Dre Hunter as well. And shouts out to my guy Clint, obviously a new addition as well. But we're definitely going to look to dominate a lot of front courts this year. So.
Last time we spoke, it was a couple of seasons ago, and you were telling me that you're really working on your outside shot, trying to develop that, because we've seen the game shift for the stretch fours. Now you guys have brought in Clint Capela. You're going to play more of that power forward role rather than being relied upon to be, the five, but you can still play the five when you go small ball. How are you feeling about the upcoming season and how the new additions to your team and the new system is going to maximize your talents on this roster?
I'm excited to have a true five, or to be able to play this with a true five such as Clint Capela. His hands, his athleticism, the way he's able to run the floor and crash the glass. It's going to be exciting because he does a lot of the things I do at an elite level off the glass. I'm excited to see how much, like I said, we can dominate other teams on the glass and get going and movement. And there's a lot of good things that I feel like we can do together. So I'm just very excited to have him, and he puts me back in my natural position as a four, which hopefully can allow me to show my game a little bit more.
Most definitely, man. I know you guys have been, I assume you guys have been watching the bubble. I know you've been wishing that you were playing there. What's it going to take now for this Hawk squad to become a team that contends in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference? What's the next steps that you guys need to take?
I think that experience that we have or are building from, I think that just needs to pour onto the court and turn into results. And I feel like once, everybody's on the same page, once we understand what winning truly means and how to do it, I feel like we'll be on our way. I feel like we have everything in terms of a basketball standpoint that you could want. We have the speed, we have the shooting, we have the athleticism, we have the defensive capabilities, the switch abilities. I can go on and confidently, I feel like, right? So it's all about us just putting it together.
Definitely one of the most promising young teams in the NBA. I can't wait to see you guys for next season. But, during this quarantine and this lockdown, you mentioned you were staying in shape at home, but you couldn't practice with the guys. What was your routine like, and how were you keeping yourself active in those times?
Yeah, so I have a mini gym in my basement on the side of my garage, and I was able to get some weights and whatnot from the facility and from the team graciously. And I have a leg press in there. I have a couple mats in there, a bench press bar, a Peloton bar. So just a matter of trying to go in there, get a nice couple circuits, maybe a 2 a day here or there. Go out and run if I'm not on the court, and then I'm individual training with one of my trainers or whatnot, and that would be pretty much the day. Make sure I take care of my body, make sure I at least get on the court and touch a basketball, so you go through the net, and just try to keep my body in shape, because I knew once I get back on the court and start playing 5-on-5s, your body's going to react and change a little differently. So just trying to pace myself.
Yes, sir. Well, hopefully, we see more from you guys as the next season comes around. So let's just switch gears real quick. We're talking about the NBA. We talked about the NBA Finals. We talked about the Hawks. I want to know from you, because you're a huge Premier League fan as well. What are you expecting from Chelsea this season with their new signings that have come in?
Yeah, a lot of new signings. Whether it's Silva, Havertz, I'm forgetting one person, Werner, and somebody else. One more.
There's been so many.
A bunch of signings. So I'm excited to see that very Chelsea move. We I feel like that's how Chelsea moves. We get a new lot in and see how we can play. Very high level, high class organization. So, club. And I'm excited for the Blues. I'm always excited. A lot of good things I'm seeing from Tammy Abraham as well. So hoping for a big season from him too.
Most definitely, man. Well, thank you for your time anyway. Hopefully, when all of this pandemic stuff's behind us, you can come back out. We'll get down to the bridge to watch another game. And I wish you the best of luck with your training camp and for next season as well, my brother.
Mo, appreciate you as always. Good to see you again, and please stay safe.
Likewise, man. God bless.